Yeah, I wouldn't paint the picture like that. I think that's pretty like a really simplistic way of looking at things. We still had most possession. We second half we improved significantly with the ball. We just couldn't create effective chances. I think it was also the fact that once I took Rami off and I went a little bit more direct with Corbs and Ezer, it was harder to exploit those spaces, and then we had to adjust a little bit as well because Roofs had played and come back from overseas, so it kind of disjointed us in the build-up a little bit. He actually was fine. It was just more about the prep during the week. But yeah, I was disappointed when we conceded late. I thought it was such a it really wasn't a dangerous phase in terms of, Brandon had heaps of time on the ball. We got turned around. I felt as though we could have defended the cutback better as well. So it was just, for me, disappointing. I think I thought Macarthur actually had some big chances where Joshy stepped up and did very well, and obviously he's very capable of that. But overall, it felt like we hadn't played for 2 weeks, and that was the most disappointing thing, is we couldn't take the form that we had for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, because it felt like in particular the first 15 minutes they had you sort of pinned back.
Yeah,
what do you put that look like?
Probably my fault. I think that we try to put a little bit more pressure on the fullbacks and stopping Bratz getting on the ball, and I felt we didn't execute the press well. That's on me, obviously. I think that maybe the way I approached the second half, recalibrated with a little bit more numbers through the middle, worked, and I probably should have started the game like that. So I think that's what started the game, or us on a poor on a poor note. That was a disappointing thing, because I think if we could have hurt them in that first 10, 15 minutes, we're obviously the home team, I don't think they would have got as comfortable as they did. So we just need to go back to the drawing board and make sure that our press is right.
Back-to-back defeats now after an unbeaten start.
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned by the downward trajectory?
I'd be concerned if we're trending in all the other stats against. The shots on target was concerning today in terms of, I think that when you have, and I keep saying this to the group, when you have sustained periods of the ball, you need to make sure that you make clear chances, and that was a frustrating thing today. I felt we could have attacked the half space a lot more. We had opportunities to. Every time we went into the half space, we actually looked quite dangerous, but we couldn't get there. And as well, I think Mandrake coming back in, Roofs being away, the 2 weeks and so on, playing Shez wide, just you lose that sort of continuity a little bit, that little fluidity that we rely on. But I think now, we have this game under our belt. We've got next week, and we're going to have to put a really good performance against Adelaide.
What was the reason for opting for Sheridan as the right winger?
I just thought that Shez is very good at getting up and down the line, and I think as well I need to manage Schwen's games and game time, because again, as well as he's doing, I have to make sure that I protect the way he deals through games, and I don't want to put too much pressure on him. I felt that even the Auckland game maybe a little bit inexperienced, but no, he's doing well. But I just felt tactically Shez was the best option for this game.
And where was Luke Brooks?
He rolled his ankle, at training during the week, so he's out.
Has he been out for a while?
No, it's just a minor sprained ankle, so he should be in contention for the squad next week.
You touched on it, but Josh Olo, you put in one of his better, possibly his best performance in a Phoenix shirt.
Yeah.
Did you make those two big saves?
Are you talking about the one at halftime, just before halftime, the one on the right? He saved in the first half.
And then the one-on-one.
Yeah, the one-on-one was exceptional. It was a little bit chaotic for me in that moment, because we almost score. He makes a save. I wasn't really sure what was happening in terms of like our organisation off the set piece, and then we re-counter, but it was a top save at a crucial moment. The one before halftime, I think he should make, irrespective. that's on his near post. I mean, he got down to it well. I was more worried with the defending, to be fair, prior to that. But no, Josh is a good goalkeeper. He's got big saves in him, and he's very capable of making those saves.
I think it was after the Brisbane win that you talked about how much you enjoyed having strength and depth off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
A few injuries later, and you're suddenly looking at a lot of teenagers. Danny Edwards, who obviously hasn't got a whole lot of experience in professional football.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make sure that there still is a big impact with those subs coming on?
Yeah, I can't guarantee the impact. It really comes down to the players, but they, when they come on, they do what I ask and execute what I require and what the team needs. Again, some of those younger players probably need more of an event, like a late goal or a late assist to build their confidence so they can keep being impactful. But it will come with the more experience they have.
Even though there was only one shot on target, there was quite a lot of good attacking interplay, maybe chances that just went past the post or just missed. Were you happy with the build-up in general?
First half, no. I felt as though we were very disjointed and were very predictable, especially from the ball coming out through the centre-backs. So we adjusted that at half-time. And then I think the numbers showed that it skewed more to us. But again, the numbers don't mean anything unless we can capitalise and get more chances. We did have some big chances, but overall, I wasn't just... For us, we want to make good chances with the ball and progressing in the possession phase, but more importantly, we can make more chances on transition and pressing moments. And I felt that's where we lacked today, and that was a disappointing part. But again, it's early on, and things are trending in the right way. Just need to make sure that we capitalise and make sure we stick to our guns.
Last from me, the back three obviously haven't had a whole lot of time together, and it's been chopped and changed quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you beginning to settle on your first choice back three, and will that improve as the game goes on?
Look, I think every game I've had to change, irrespective of whether it's a player being injured or not available for whatever reason. That's been very frustrating because I like continuity, and I feel like that we started the season well when we had the same players playing all the time. I think I'm very happy with the progress. For example, with Lucas, since Perth. Hughesy's been doing really well. Shez has been, consistent as well. But now that Mandrake is in, gives us a little bit more leadership and so on. I think the one that's hurt us the most is having that extra senior player in the back five, which is Paney, especially in critical moments. But yeah, I'm close to a settled team. But again, it's a good thing that there's competition because now I have some depth as well in that defending.
How is Tim Bone's recovery going?
So he's had his operation. I think this week he'll be back on feet in terms of just getting mobile again, but it won't be on pitch or anything like that. So it's still, I'm not sure what the date was. It was about 10 to 11 weeks that we expected him out for from the time of injury. Yeah. All good? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, boss.